I don't wanna wait for my life to be over, so I do it now.
Good morning, good day, good evening, everyone. It's Transphemerate MTG here with another Avatar The Last Airbender quick draft. Now, I know that there's a little bit going on at the moment on Arena. We've got a powered cube, which would be a lot of fun if it wasn't so hellishly expensive. And we have Lawn coming up reasonably soon. I've played another couple of drafts since the Golgari one. Had a pretty fun mono white draft again. Did, I think, slightly better than the one on the video that was posted. And then also had a sort of a blue with a little bit of a splash of red, which went very, very poorly. So let's hope that this one goes a little bit better. Started off that previous draft with a Mechanist first pick, but I think I'm going to go with the Firelord Azula here. I think that it is potentially something that can be incredibly strong if we can get some really nice tricks or removal to go along with it. Pick 2, I think I'm going to take this Katara. We do have a Tiger Seal, which I think is reasonable, but I'm not desperately looking at going into that drawing 2, and I think the extra card draw from Katara is going to be really nice. Other options here, of course, the Otter Penguin, Octopus Form, Revelations, Porcupine, Hog Monkey, all okay, but I think Katara is going to be the way we go here. We've got a Crashing Wave, which I do think is an excellent card, but I'm going to go with a Messenger Hawk. Got absolutely beaten down by some flyers in the previous game, so I think trying to get that online is going to be pretty good. A few decent options here as well. Callison Spectre, Ozai's Cruelty, Quarterfishel's nice. You know, the mono-red cards are fine enough, they're okay. Guana Parrot's okay. First Time Flyer I think is actually a lot better than I would give it credit for. I think I'm going to take the Ozai's Cruelty just as some nice disruption here. Got an Abandoned Attachments, which could be really nice with the Firelord Azula. Also have the Airship Engine Room for some fixing. She is also a Noble, so could go for the Low and Lie just to be able to search her out, which I think I might actually do. Unfortunately here, still not getting any instants, which is really what we're wanting with Azula. We'll take the Iroh's Demonstration for some removal, and I think here we take the Cruel Administrator just as a nice top end. Ooh, Twin Blades. Twin Blades we do also, we've got some really nice fixing in these packs. And the Twin Blades with the Firelord Azula is going to be really nice, because I do get to actually copy the spell. You know, the copy of a permanent becomes a token. Sure does. Here, we're going to take the Octopus Form ahead of anything else. Probably don't want a second Cruel Administrator just because it's a pretty high curve. The Vindictive Warden could be nice with that extra fire bending, but I think the Octopus Form could be really handy. Here, I've got a Solstice Revelations, which could actually be reasonable enough. Got a Treetop Freedom Fighter, a Hog Monkey, a Zhao. I'm going to take the Zhao for the extra fire bending. Going to take the Price of Freedom as potential removal, and here we've got a real choice of fixing or the attachments. I'm going to take the fixing because I am going to put quite a bit of importance on trying to get the 3 colours pretty quickly and pretty nicely. Here, I think we take the Epic Downfall. I mean, IoT Master is a really good card. Team Avatar has seriously grown on me. Thank you to the lovely comment from Miles back, who said actually give Team Avatar a chance, and I've definitely seen it working. I mean, Mai would be really nice as well. The Cavalry, the Waterbending Lesson, Forecasting Fortune Teller, but I think the removal is going to be just that little bit too important at this point. Here we've got a few options as well. Submersible, the Koi, the Peddlers, the Abandoned Attachments. But I'm actually going to do something a bit bizarre. I'm going to go for Zuko's Exile. Purely because I think if I can actually copy it with the Firelord Azula, I've got a little bit of fire bending, so it's not too big of an issue. And I think that's going to be a really nice way to try and get some double removal on board. I'm going to take the Zuko's Conviction to help bring things back. I think that's just going to be slightly better again. Oh, I'm hoping that the Boiling Rock Prison comes back, but I'm going to take the Firebending Lesson again, just because it is nice instant speed removal that I can copy. Got a Teo Spirited Glider here, as well as another Zao, but the Forecasting Fortune Teller at this spot I think has got to be it. Another Boiling Rock Prison. But I think the Dragonfly Swarm is just a really good uncommon. I think that's what we're going to be wanting to look towards. Take the Crashing Wave on this spot here. Porcupine, Snowballers, Spirit Oasis. Let's run that Spirit Oasis just in the hope that this Waterbending Lesson, Ban Attachments, the first one, finally coming through. Could take another Waterbending Lesson, could take a Zuko's Exile. I'm going to take the Waterbending Lesson, another Solstice Revelations, which probably not honestly too keen on. Otter Penguin, Flexible Waterbender. Okay, here we go. I mean, Tiger Seal, Zuko, and a Katara, and a Mai. Forecasting Fortune Teller and a land. I'm going to take the Zuko Conflicted. I think Zuko Conflicted is a really cool card. Or Lightning Strike. Yes, please. Could be taking the Gator, the Archers, the Professor Zai's actually really nice just to get an instant or sorcery back. But Lightning Strike I think is just pretty primo here. Here, it's between Fire Sages and Waterbender's Ascension. I'm going to take the Ascension to make things unblockable, because I think that could be really helpful. I'm going to go Epic Downfall, some more really nice removal. Sunblessed Peak's not what we're after. The Quench could be nice enough. Don't really want the second Low and Lie. Does search for a nice lesson, but I think the Counterspell's going to be pretty handy here. Got a first time flyer, Swamp Snare Track. What have I got? 11 creatures. Let's see. Probably going to be cutting. What am I going to be cutting here? Maybe it's an Otter Penguin, a Flexible Waterbender. Probably cutting both of the Solstice's Revelations. Epic Downfall's nice. Low and Lie, Cruel Administrators. So I've got way too many playables. Definitely going to have to make some sorts of cuts. What have I got in terms of removal? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bits of pretty reasonable removal. So probably don't need to be taking the Swamp Snare Trap or the Zuko's Exile. Could be looking at the Northern Air Temple here. Going to be looking for some fixing in these last few packs. Might take the Cadets just because I think it could be a pretty handy one-drop. How to start a riot. I'm just going to take, just because I think it's going to be a little bit better than I might think. And same with the My Jaded Edge here. Take this and that, and hoping for some more fixing. Maybe not. Do I need the barrels of jelly? I honestly might need the barrels just for fixing here. And a Mongoose Lizard, which I'll probably end up running. So, I think I did, probably could have taken more of those lands instead of some of the cards, because I've got plenty of playables, and probably not going to be looking at playing quite a few of them anyway. I think just because, I'm pretty split evenly at the moment across all the colours, the barrels are probably going to be pretty necessary to try and get the fixing that I'm looking for. Alrighty, so what's the goal here? The goal here is really to get the Fire Lord Azula out and look at double spelling as much as humanly possible with her. Could even be the Cruel Administrators, the Low and Lie. I think the Ember Island Productions is really nice when I got an Azula or a Dragonfly Swarm. A Zuko Conflicted as a 4/4 could be kind of nice. Let's see. Maybe it's even Ozai's Cruelty I get rid of. Crashing Wave is a potential, although that does give me the ability to get through, but the Waterbender's Ascension does as well. Twin Blades, yes. Messenger Hawk, How to Start a Riot, I kind of do want to keep. Probably the Fire Nation Cadets I look at binning here. Could be the Crashing Wave, I think Epic Downfall. I've got a lot of really nice removal options. Maybe I don't need the Zuko's Exile when I've got Lightning Strikes, Epic Downfalls, Demonstrations. Got 12 creatures, got quite a few. Yeah, got 10 lessons, 8 instants. 2 artifacts, one of which being a flash. Now, what's my card draw looking like if I get rid of one of the Waterbending Lessons? I have a Fortune Teller, a Waterbender's Ascension potentially, Abandon attachments, got a Zuko Conflicted, Messenger Hawk draws me cards, Katara draws me cards. I think maybe just the one waterbending lesson is going to be enough. Okay, well let's just get rid of all of these for the meantime. Got fewer black mana now that I've gotten rid of some of these. I mean, the low and lie would be really nice. No creatures and lessons I control have lifelink. The only lesson that's going to be dealing damage are the demonstrations and the firebending lesson. The how to start a riot, the waterbending lesson, the quench, the abandoned attachments aren't really going to do much here. Still need to cut down a few cards. The crashing wave, the epic downfall is going to be good enough to keep both of. I really do like the Zuko's exile with some of the firebending that we're going to be getting up to. Actually, the Cruel Administrator is really nice as well. Maybe I cut the Mongoose Lizard, pop in the Cruel Administrator instead. Which does mean I could potentially get rid of that Zuko's exile. I want the Octopus form. The barrels, are the barrels as necessary anymore? I don't have the double pips of anything, but I think it's still definitely worth keeping around. Could actually get rid of this Zhao, because how often am I going to be sacrificing permanents? Probably not as often as I would be thinking. So, if we go like that, how's this looking? Let's see, so removal, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 removal pieces, which I think is pretty good. And then 6 with the Barrels of Blasting Jelly, 7 if you want to catch, have the Quench, and the Lightning Strike and the Firebending Lesson can be copied. Yep, card draw, we have 1, 1.5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's quite a lot of card draw. Got a nice Embryo in production. The Dragonfly Swarm's great. The Azula's great. Yeah, I'm not really missing out on an awful lot. The double draws, the Otter Penguins could be okay. The Crashing Wave would be alright, but I think I've got enough removal to deal with it. And the double blue is a little bit rough. The Ozo's Cruelty I don't think is super necessary here. Either the Low and Lie. Not running enough mountains to make use of the Revelations. The Cadets could be okay. What could I cut for a Fire Nation Cadets? That's the only problem. Is I do have, I've got 1 creature, 2 creatures, 3 creatures. Still only got the 3 creatures at the 1 and 2 drop curve. Only 8 creatures in total, so maybe I do look at a Fire Nation Cadets just as a nice 1 drop. What would I want to get rid of? Don't really want to get rid of that Epic Downfall. Or the Octopus form. Conviction's really nice. Barrels of Blasting Jelly. I think it's going to be really nice as well. Do I get rid of an Epic Downfall? I don't think that's sensible. Probably can't get rid of a land either because I have no ways of searching for any more. And the How to Start a Riot. If I double cast it with the Azula, that's sort of just too good to want to get rid of. You'll need the Abandoned Attachments as more card draw. Nice instant speed, fills the bin for Dragonfly Swarm, helps with Mai quite a bit. Do I just get rid of the barrels then? Let's see, I mean, yeah, the Zuko is going to add a little bit of mana and draw me a card at one point. Embryo Productions I think is going to be pretty huge. If I get like double Azula into triple Riot or triple Twin Blades, I think it's going to be nice. The Cruel Administrator is just a pretty good 5 drop, really nice top end. Is it just this Epic Downfall? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still got 5 pieces of removal. Technically, if I get rid of the Epic Downfall, it's sorcery speed. Do you like the Quench? Do you like the Ascension? Love the Katara. Messenger Hawk? No, can't get rid of the Messenger Hawk. I'm going to get rid of the barrels of blasting jelly. Might end up regretting that, but I honestly think that we should be okay, because yeah, we're lighter black, so the conviction, the downfalls, the Zuko, yeah, so we've got certainly enough. What I might do though, 5 swamps? Yeah. I think this is what we're going to try out, at least for game 1. Want to keep enough removal, enough card draw, and have, you know, the extra creature. I think potentially, what was it, 9 creatures with only 2 available before turn 3. Yes, we've got a lot of removal, but don't want to be yeah, sort of spitting all of my removal out. 3 swamps, can't keep that. I mean, slightly better, I suppose. We'll keep 6. Gonna bin the Fire Nation cadets here. I mean, that would have been barrels of blasting jelly, which probably would have been a little bit nicer, because here, at least Katara on 3, which is not the end of the world. Not being able to play anything before that, and if they've got sort of quench mana up, they do not have quench mana up. That's very helpful. Katara! Nice little spot here. Probably looking to attack in with Katara next turn. Swamp. Yeah, let's attack in with the Katara, see what they're wanting to get up to. If they want to block, that's fine. Do I waterbending lesson here? I think I try and fire it off. They got a counter spell. Oh, they don't have a counter spell. What am I going to discard? Is it a fortune teller here? Unfortunately, it might be. I think the messenger hawk is going to be a nicer play. Having all of this black mana win again, I've got fewer swamps. Is not exactly what I'm wanting. Okay, so sold out. Wasn't going to be able to protect it anyway. They attack for 2, mill me for 0. Probably look to Iroh's demonstration. The Master Paku. And run out my Messenger Hawk. Can get in for a little bit of damage next turn if I Twin Blades up the Messenger Hawk. Still have some removal on hand if they play a bit of a bigger threat. Let's see what happens to Geyser Leaper. Oh, yes, please. We've got a Swamp. Get rid of that Leaper. I think that's pretty nasty. Go Waterbender Ascension. And I think we'll just attack for the 1. I want to be able to Twin Blades and a Messenger Hawk on the same turn, if at all possible. Just to get the extra damage. And then that will tick this up to 3 with a double strike for the turn. I'll take 8. They do have the card advantage here. Pass to attacks will go to my turn. So we'll play the mountain, we'll crack the clue with 2 swamps. They have the potential for a Sokka's Haiku if I try and flash in the Twin Blades here. They've got Nunagi. Ooh, nice. That's a very good little option there. They'll draw 2 cards, which is yeah, a little bit spooky. Go to combat, attack in, and equip the Twin Blades. Yes, they did draw a whole bunch of cards, but at least I've got the ability to put some good pressure along. Pass the turn here. If they got a way to get rid of the Messenger Hawk, which it looks like they do, that's running me into a little bit of a problem here. I'll draw. Okay. Well, we'll attack with the Messenger Hawk. I suppose. Is there a way that I can kill them? +2, so that would be 4. No, so I can't kill them this turn. I'm going to draw a card from the Waterbender's Ascension, which gives them a double card draw, which is pretty rough. I can kill the Messenger Hawk. Ooh, Ooh, okay. Honestly, that's not the worst thing in the world. Because here I get to draw a card on my turn without giving them a double draw. Can't kill the Unagi with anything at this point. Oh, they make a copy of it. That's very spooky. Let's draw... Oh, I can make a copy of it as well, at least. Taking 5. It's going to be a 2-2 Unagi, though, which is not great. Gonna draw... Oh, actually, the My Jaded Edge here is pretty delightful. I think I do equip the Twin Blades. Pass the turn. The next turn, if they don't deal with the My, I can kill them. Especially if they attack with... I mean, if they attack with even just one of their creatures. Low and Lie. Okay. What? I'm probably searching for a lesson, I imagine. They could be searching for an Azula of their own. No, an Ozai's Cruelty. That's not very fun. Ozai's Cruelty. Yeah, I mean, we've got to let that resolve. Discard. Lightning Strike and Ember Island Productions. It's really quite unfortunate. They attack. Yeah, no blocks here. Can I deal... Okay, and we're going to give her a double strike token. Go to my draw, or Firebending Lesson. That's actually kind of perfect. Okay, if I can Water Bend, we'll go Water Bend. The My, pay 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to combat, attack. How to start a riot on the My. My creature's a little bit bigger, and then the Firebending Lesson onto the Low and Lie. And I win with 1 damage to spare. Is there... I don't think there's a 1 mana removal. Do they have a 1 mana removal that can deal with the My at this point? Good game! Oh! My Jaded Edge was the way to go. That was very, very spooky, but ended up being a reasonable spook, which forced me into, yeah, definitely discarding the right thing. I mean, +3/+0 onto the double striking My is better than the 3 damage direct to the face, because essentially that's, 6 damage rather than 3. And if I had kept the lightning strike with the 2 damage that they dealt with the life gain, and just enough mana to get ahead of everything, that even them drawing 4 cards on their turn. And it's always nice to see opponents that sort of be like, yeah, nice, when something like that happens. You know, showing the appreciation for good plays regardless. Oh, I mean, this is a nice hand if I draw a swamp, which I did draw an awful lot of last game. So I'm going to try my best to pretend that I'm going to draw into a swamp. Really should have played a mountain, so I could have Zuko'd on 2 if I needed to. But, look, never punished. Only punished by the fact that I'm not able to play any of my creatures here. Pass to attacks. Just going to take the 1, rather use the lightning strike to either kill something or try and force the protectors into a sacrifice. I think, yeah, go to my turn here. Alright, got combat. Pass the turn. Again, got some really nice stuff going if I can draw a mountain. Not a mountain, a swamp. Potentially the barrels could be something that I end up looking to bring in at this point. Again, not that I would have seen it this game, but the Haru. Yep, okay. My turn. Actually, a forecasting fortune teller here is better than it could have been. At least I get a pretty solid blocker. I get a clue, which I'm going to look to crack at the end of their turn, hoping I don't have to lightning strike anything. Let's see. Might look to try and kill the Haru if we're being honest. Yeah, oh, it's just it's a human warrior, so the boulder's not actually going to be doing any damage to me. I think I should be looking to keep the mana up for a clue token. I mean, downfall would be great again if I draw a if I draw a swamp. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just try to kill the Haru here. I'm imagining they'll sack the Earth Kingdom Protectors into it. At least that gets rid of the Earth Kingdom Protectors. Yep, resolve all. And pass the turn. Gonna start doing some pretty serious bending here. That third colour really just selling me short here. What have they got? 3 mana for a Water Tribe Captain. Yep. Yeah, give the Vigilant Land a bit of Earth Bending, attack with the Boulder and give it more Earth Bending. Yep. Let that resolve. Pass the blocks onto the Rebellious Captives and not do anything. Go to 10, my turn. Oh. Wowee. Guess I just have to pass the turn. You can kill the boulder. But how worth it is that going to end up being? They can't at least pump anything. Kill the boulder, I take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I still take 10 damage if I... which means I think... Yeah, I think I just lose here. They attack with everything. Yeah, they're gonna airbend too, so we'll resolve. And I'm... Yeah, taking lethal regardless. Not during that black mana is really, really quite rough. So maybe we look at the mana base, smooth it out a little bit, probably get rid of either a mountain or a an island. Get in that swamp. So if I had a swamp, that was that game was looking pretty fantastic. So 17 lands, get rid of a mountain, put in a swamp, just because it's going to be 666 into everything here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, the cadets would be really nice. Maybe the Cruel Administrator. How to start a right, Message Hawk, Swarm, Quench, Fortune Teller. My attachment's pretty good. Would this be the octopus form? No. Cadets, I'm sorry, I haven't seen you yet, and the one time I did see you, Barrels of Blasting Jelly may well have been a little bit better. So let's hope that these changes help smooth the mana out a little bit. Really, I mean, with the number of playables that I've got, really needed to start prioritizing those dual lands a little bit more here. I cannot keep this hand. I learnt from last game. This one's a little bit better. Probably been the how to start a riot for now, because here at least I've got cards that are just all up in my colours. Oh. Rumble Arena. Are they going to be keeping mana up? They are, so I'm just going to keep mana up as well. Try and quench their turn 3 play. Oh, that's going to pass through the turn again. Look like there may be allies, Bant allies. Yeah, that's fine to counter. I think they get pretty big and pretty scary pretty quickly. Oh, barrels here, which I think is fine enough. Barrels and Fortune Teller. Another forest. They're going to try and blow something up by the looks of it. Oh, airbend something instead. So airbending the clue, that makes sense. Go swamp into Messenger Hawk. Does feel a little bit rough to not spend all my mana here. It'd be lovely to have a clue up again to be able to draw an extra card. Having the Messenger Hawk, I think, is good just to put a little bit of pressure on that Aang the Last Airbender if I need to. Waterbending lesson, going to get lifelink. Probably going to discard here, I imagine, rather than waterbending. At least that's my thought. Yep, discard a dual land, no blocks, not worth blocking. Let's swamp my... I think I do just draw a card. Okay. That's not a bad little shout for next turn. Can also, now that I've got the fixing that I need, blow up the barrels into Aang next turn instead if I wanted. I think trying to get in some attacks, getting the Cruel Administrator on board is going to be a little bit of a better use. Haru into likely what is going to be another... I imagine it's going to be another ally. Make the Rumble Arena. Yep, all top sentries. Ooh. Not just any ally, that's a good ally. Block the Rumble Arena. I mean, they'll get another Scry, I guess. I'd rather let them have a Scry, I think, than take the 1 damage. Probably just attacking with the Fortune Teller this turn. Ooh, Island. Actually got a couple of interesting things that I can do. Do I run out the Cruel Administrator here? Think I still do. I mean, they've got to think there's some sort of trick coming, right? No, they do not. Could Twin Blades onto the Fortune Teller, but I don't think that's what I want to do. I think I'll just let it die and run out my Cruel Administrator. Pretty big body, and then next turn I can start doing some sneaky things with the Twin Blades. Attacking the Twin Blades onto the Cruel Administrator could be nice to have the barrels here as well. Are they going to fight? Or, what, Rocky Rebuke? It looks like that's going to be what they're looking at, or something of a similar effect. Earth Rumble, okay. Yeah, and then the Wartop Sentries will fight the Administrator. At least the Wartop Sentries dies. And they'll attack for 3. Yeah, that's okay. I'll attack with the Rumble Arena as well. Yeah, I'm calling their bluff. I didn't think they'd have... oh, the Epic Downfall here. Onto the Aang is really nice. Gonna go to combat, gonna attack with the My Jaded Edge. And we're gonna flash in a Twin Blades onto her, so they take 8. And it brings us a little bit closer to parity, which is kind of what we're looking for. I can blow up the barrels to kill one of their creatures next turn if I want. I am hellbent, and they have 3 cards in hand, so I think they've still got the advantage here. The Earthbend into the fight was pretty good to get rid of my Cruel Administrators. And they're having a good hard think. Probably not going to be blocking the Rumble Arena at this point. Might be looking at blowing it up with the barrels if I need to, but that also feels like it's a little bit of a mana. So Foggy Swamp, Vine Benders. Make the Rumble Arena bigger, or are they going to make... Yeah, okay, they're making the Rumble Arena bigger. I think that makes sense. Yeah, no blocks. Don't want to throw away my Messenger Hawk, I think, at this point. Oh, and another Wartop Sentries. That's pretty nice. Okie doke. I think a 4/4 copy of my, that's actually pretty good. I think that's, yeah, definitely what we should be looking at. And then, do I attack with the mine? No. Because this one can block the Vine Bender. They don't have the mana to be able to double buff the Foggy Swamp Vine Bender here. If they've got removal though, that's pretty scary. Watery Grasp. Okay. So I maybe get one attack? No, they're going to shuffle it back away. Good plays there. We're going to go... Oof. Got decisions to make here. Throw the Hawk, take 6. Yeah, I guess throw one in front, take 6. Go to 2. I hope I draw something great. I can't survive here. Yeah, I can't survive. Even if, because what can I draw? By paying 4 mana, I have 1 mana available, which won't really do much. I can maybe get something to untap, but they've still got enough to be able to get through everything. So yeah, that's just going to be game. Not able to make it through all their walls. Oh, unfortunate losses. Not feeling so great here, ladies and gents. And everyone in between, of course. Maybe... the Cruel Administrator's good. Wasted some, but if I'm spending 5 on that, is that really what I want the top of my curve to be? Maybe not. Maybe I bring back the Cadets. Destroying an artifact or land, I don't think that's going to do too much. Haven't seen the Octopus form be useful. That's because I haven't really seen the Octopus form. Being able to get rid of that second Mai was pretty disruptive. It was a very nice way of getting things done. Maybe I needed to, instead of flashing in on the attack, I flash it in on the defense and block something. This seems like a pretty reasonable hand. We've got all the fixing we need. We've got removal, we've got a Mai, we've got a Messenger Hawk and the barrels just for additional fixing if we need it. I think this looks pretty good. And then mulliganing on the play is a pretty good sign as well, because I'll have a pretty significant card advantage over the first couple of turns. Other land is, you know, average, reasonable. Gonna run out this barrels first just to see. So they don't have counter magic, which means I can run out some Messenger Hawk or my next turn and not worry. Okay, Cycle of I can definitely, right. Koopa Woopa the Khan. Go islands, and we'll Mai here again. Not the most efficient way of spending my mana, but I just didn't want to see anything of mine get quenched away. That would be not very nice. What we're going to go is going to go Iro's Demonstration here, just to kill the sentries. Get in for a little bit of damage with mine. Just take them back down to what they would have been. But the Death Toucher is not what we want to be seeing when I've got a couple of creatures that I want to survive as much as humanly possible. Serpent of the Past. Ooh. Mountain. Let's blow up this serpent with my barrels. Get to a little bit of damage. Got the card advantage here. Little do they know I have 3 lands in hand. Geyser Leaper. Oof. Here I'm drawing all the mana. I'll just pass through the turn here. Probably not going to crack the clue. Instead we'll exhaust Mai's ability. Give her some nice double strike. But yeah, all these lands, not really what I'm wanting. Actually, what have I seen? I've not seen anything. These were I've seen just straight lands so far. Yeah, not going to be blocking that. Take your 4 damage. That's fine by me. And a Snowballers. Cool, I'll use my mana on Mai here, just so they look to probably tap down the Mai. Yep. Okie dokie. Oh my gosh. Lands, am I right? Let's go. Activate the ability, see if we can draw into something that's not a land. What is this? Well, guess we, let's get in for a little bit of damage. So, 4 cards and 3 lands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cards I've drawn, and they've all been lands. Haven't drawn a non-land card yet. Is that right? Because I mean, if that's right, that's absolute insanity. I get this draw and discard, get the Knowledge Seeker up a little bit. I've got to crack my engine room. Oh, finally a non-land card. Holy hell. We'll play the Dragonfly Swarm, that's good at least. Yeah. Pass through the turn, I guess. Waterbending Lesson. Sure. Probably just going to bend the Forest of the Island, or maybe the Snowballers and something. No, discard. Oh, all right. Look, finally drew into spells, which I mean is great, but being able to cast a lesson to actually kill the Geyser Leaper would be really nice. Got some sort of fight spell going on here. Gonna remove the swarm. Wowee. Brilliant. Next I get to draw a card. Cool. Get to kill the Leaper here by trading the Fork into it, which I think is a totally fine trade. Mana value 3 or greater. Unfortunate. Let's go Island, Cadets, and pass the turn. Can block the Knowledge Seeker with the Cadets if I want to. Oh no, I can't, because I can only sink 1 into it. But would I rather take, what, 4 or 5? No, they just pass through their turn. I suppose that's a good sign. Yeah, I was going to keep passing through. They can do some things if they want to. Twin Blades definitely helps here. Means that both Mai and the Fire Nation Cadets can end up being double strikers. Could have attacked with the Cadets, but they just block with the Snowballers, and it's sort of a forces me to run out the Twin Blades. Don't really want an epic downfall on the rowdy snowballers. Would rather keep that removal handy for something else. What do they got? 8 mana. That's not very friendly. And I'll shuffle it straight back. Yep. I mean, at least I can get this one back. That's the main thing. I'll take 2. Okay, mountain. We're just going to downfall the snowballers here. Pass the turn. Oh, yep. Might as well crack a clue, try and find something. An attachment's been a swamp. Okay, yep, it's going to attack for 4. I am dead on board. They have mana up. I've got a water bending lesson though. Might be able to help. Mountain, water bending lesson. Beautiful. We're going to decline to pay 2. Just get rid of that. We'll cast this Azula. And pass the turn. Boomy. Yep, okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're gonna do everything with Boomy, so keeping all 3 on the top. Pass to combat. Twin Blades. Put the Knowledge Seeker out. Take 3. Ooh, Ember Island Productions. Oops. Oh, they can actually block the Boomy, block with the Boomy if they want. They get rid of the main Azula, but I still have the 1. Well, they take 5, and I chump with the Azula next turn. Cool. Can't play the Zuko Conflicted. Am I going to be able to get back from drawing 8 lands on the bounce? Gurupathic. Finding a quench. Have to block the Boomy here. My Jaded Edge is back. Not that it really matters. I guess we equip the blades to my pass through the turn just so I can kill the Gurupathic. But again, if they have any sort of removal, any way to deal with something... Wonderful. Jesus, 8 lands! Christ almighty! That's something else. Again, if I'd drawn any of those cards that I managed to end up drawing earlier, wouldn't have just been being wailed on at the beginning there. That's, oof! that's a rough one. And because why not? We've got the means to. Because I'm feeling a little bit disappointed with how that one went, we'll run straight into a second. Here, got a few reasonable options. Knowledge Seeker is really nice. I don't think Agnicala is a really great first pick. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to see if I can force some sort of lessons by taking a Seismic Sense. And as soon as I see that, I see a Fire Lord Zuko, which I think could be a pick. Yeah, let's bin that Seismic Sense now. That's definitely changes things. We have a White Lotus tile, which I do think is a really nice card. Don't have anything that really goes super well with Fire Lord Zuko, because what we want is a bunch of airbending. Being able to cast things from exile. White Lotus tile is really nice, but he's a he's an ally as well, but not in the best colours for it. I'm not sure if that mana's going to help as much as we want. Take the Vengeful Villagers here. Alright, we've got a Mai, a Barrels, Ruffians, Glider Kids, Rabaroo Troop, Leaves from the Vine. Guess we'll take the Mai Jaded Edge here. Fire Nation Warship, Curious Farm Animals, the Trebuchet. Going into a direction that's not really giving us an awful lot of what we're looking for. We'll take the Trebuchet here, I think. Vindictive Warden could be nice, Azula could be nice. Wolfbat, maybe not quite so much. Go the Vindictive Warden here. Ozai's Cruelty, Aang's Journey, Indoctrination. Take the Ozai's Cruelty. Another Vengeful Villagers. Zuko's Exile. We're going to take the Callous Inspector. I think a pretty reasonable one drop. Misty Palms Oasis is going to be the pick here. Learnt my lesson from last draft. Take the Musicians. Take the Boomerang, let's throw it in the side. Take the Porcupine, Honest Work into the side, and an Azula Always Lies, not the worst last pick. What have we got going on here? Jet's Brainwashing, Freedom Fighters, a little bit of removal, Compassionate Healer. Poof. I'm going to take the Jet's Brainwashing. Not a wonderful card. Here I might actually just take the last Agni Kai just as a fight spell. It's technically removal, isn't it? Probably another Vindictive Warden at this spot. No, actually Epic Downfall. Didn't even just scan right past it. Sozan's Comet. Yeah, right. Hit me up. Hit me up with these Sozan's Comets. Got a Fire Sages, which is definitely going to be the go. Boomy Bash Ty Lee. Yeah, let's take the Ty Lee. I think being able to make something not be able to block would be pretty nice. Going to take the Sunblessed Peak here for some more fixing. Curious Farm Animals over Azula Always Lies. Take another Trebuchet, but we'll just pop it in the side for now. Rifle Cavalry is a pretty nice closer. Take the Troop because it's really not too bad. Boomy Bash here. Probably won't be playing the Foggy Swamp Hunters. Definitely not playing the Forest. Alright, give me something that I can use to airbend. That would be the nicest. I mean, Fire Nation Palace is pretty good. Fire Nation Cadets. I have 2 lessons, so don't think that's going to be super worth it. Fire Sages, though, as well. Swamp Snare Trap, Deadly Precision. I'm going to take the Palace here, because I think... Oh, there we go. That's what we're looking for. A Glider Staff. Just because I can, Earthbend, or sorry, Firebend one of my own creatures, Airbend even, one of my own creatures, which is going to be a better way of going about things, I think. Deadly Precision here, I think, should be fine. Oh, Airbender's Reversal. Do have, 3 other cards that I desperately want to pick, but I need to get a little bit of this airbending online. Otherwise, oh, very nice. The Zuko is less powered than he could be. Take another Mai here. Merchant of Many Hats, Canyon Crawler. Okay, we've got quite a lot going on here already. So, get rid of that. Get rid of the villages. Probably get rid of the the farm animals. No, one of the mice. Down for it's always lies. Porcupine. The warden, cavalry. Sozens. Yeah, okay. So I've got 22 playables here. Take the canyon crawler. Guess another deadly precision. We haven't really upped our... No, we've upped our lesson counts a little bit, but I don't think that at 1 is what I'm going to be looking for. So we'll take the precision. Likely the Yip Yip over any of these cards. Probably not going to play any of these, so we'll take the Robberoo Troop. Mongoose Lizard. Probably not going to end up playing Destined Confrontation either in a swamp. So yeah, definitely have a lot of cards to cut here. Okay, now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pretty consistent sources of airbending, which makes things feel a little bit better. We've got a Sozin's Comet. We've got the last Agni Kai, which I think is really nice, especially at instant speed. Because Jet's Brainwashing. That's sort of a real 50-50 for me. Is it the Fire Navy Trebuchet that I maybe get rid of? I think so. I'd prefer all of these other cards at 3. What's my colours looking like? Heavier red, which makes sense. A little bit of white. Do I just get rid of both the lizard and the canyon crawler? Because I can have one of each, and then maybe look at cutting a mountain. Because I've got that, I can foretell. Is it 1 deadly precision I get rid of? Maybe even the Yip Yip. The Yip Yip can be kind of nice. I think I get rid of 1 of the deadly precisions. What have I got? Still got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, a few little potentials here. Could be actually getting rid of maybe the Robberoo Troop. No, I like having both of them. Is it a Mai? One of the Mais? I think having double Mai is actually pretty nice. Farm animals, destroying an artifact or enchantment can actually be really handy, and that life gain is certainly not bad. Definitely want the Arpa. I mean, the cavalry is actually kind of nice, especially if I get some really big fire bending coming online. The Jet's Brainwashing. I think it's fun. Gotta keep the fun. I think I mean, Yip Yip's really nice with something like Mai, with something like Zuko. It's really nice. Glider Staff is a really excellent... oh, it is an uncommon. I was going to say it's a really good common, but it's not a common. So we got 4, 5, 6. We got 5, 6. We got 5, 6. We've got 6, 6, 6 across the board. What are we thinking, chat? I say, into the abyss. Is it a Wandering Musicians? How many creatures have I got? Do actually have quite a few creatures, so the Wandering Musicians could be nice enough. Can have that trigger before the Fire Lord Zuko. I think it might be the Jet's Brainwashing, honestly. I think I'd rather have the Yip Yip than the Jet's Brainwashing. Yeah. Okay. 40 cards, 16 lands. Zuko sort of as the Prince Zuko as the highlight, with a good old Sozin's Comet rushing in there as well. Let's see, game 1. See how things look. See if I can run 3 colours and have things fixed a little bit nicer. I do not have things fixed a little bit nicer. I'm going to mulligan that. That's also not fixed as nicely, but I'll keep this. Don't want to mulligan to 5, and it can at least run out a, sort of have the reversal, get Ozai's Cruelty. They've got some barrels, and this Misty Palm Oasis does nothing for me. Maybe I did. Yeah, just need to grab another one or two of those lands. Might have been the better way of going about things. So we'll go plains here, and we'll run out the Vindictive Warden. Probably not going to look at blocking the Fire Sages unless they spell. Okay, so here it looks like they've got their own Azula. Yeah, I'm not going to be no, can't block that. I'll still have to take 3. But now here is the question of whether or not I Ozai's Cruelty them, or if I hold up. Yeah, Ozai's Cruelty them. 2 damage, they discard a couple of cards. Okay, and a Solstice Revelations. Interesting choice. I'm not going to be blocking, so I may as well attack just for that little bit of extra damage. Getting extra 2 through. Do I cycle the Rabaroo Troop? You know, I think I do. Just to again reduce the chance of me drawing a plains, increase the chance of me drawing into a red source, but also increase the chances of me. I mean, they could just use the barrels to blow up the warden here. Guru Pathic. Okie doke. It's pretty nice. They find a combustion technique that is also pretty nice. Wowee, that is not what we were looking for. So run a plains and pass the turn. Probably looking at killing something on the attack. They're going to combustion technique my Vindictive Warden, I am sure. Yep, pass to damage. Resolve. We're going to go pass to blocks, block here, go to damage. Hopefully they sink some mana into the Fire Sages. Yep, fantastic. And then we're going to destroy the Fire Sages. And then if they try and combustion technique, I mean, I may as well ping the 1 damage through here now while I can. And they bounce off one another. They're not using the combustion technique. We've got a first time flyer instead. Okay, swamp, canyon crawler. What's that dealing? 2. It's only dealing 3 damage, so the canyon crawler's actually got a reasonable bit of value going on here. And I'll attack with the warden because they can't block. And I'll pass the turn. Looks like they might have something like a deadly precision, maybe. Block the canyon crawler with the Guru Pathic. I mean, you know, for not having drawn my colours, that feels really not too shabby. Oh, okay, so the firebending lesson into a combustion technique. Okay. Making the first time flyer ginormous. And attacking. Got an 8. Finally! A mountain! Play my Mai. Pass the turn. I'm still just about dead, but at least I have a something on board, right? Right? Whew. Lot of penguins. Oh, they're just running away with this. Sack my food. Faster blocks. I can't block. So we go. My Jaded Edge gets a double strike counter. Jesus, I can't even... well, I guess we have to foretell it. I die next turn. What would I have drawn? A Ty-Lee? Wouldn't have helped anyway. Oh! Despicable. Alright, move on to the next game. Okay, here we don't have a black, but at least we've got the red. We can run out very nicely. Keep 7 cards here. Likely just ran out the Fire Nation Palace first. Oh, gorgeous. We're going to go a nice hello to them. We're going to go a Swamp first, into a Fire Nation Palace, play the Fire Sages. Beautiful. Fire Nation Palace into a Fire Sages. Could have always foretold the Sozin's Comet here. They're going to counter me. They'll be very mean. I think they're just going to kill it instead with a... no, they're not. Right, Boomy's Bash is pretty solid here as well. First things first, I'm just going to attack with the Fire Sages. Go to blocks. Yep, gonna go to damage, and we're gonna foretell the Comet here. And then I will actually downfall the Hawk, just because I don't really have much of a way of dealing with flyers. It's pretty scary and spooky. Oh, what are protesters? That's fine, I'll split with Boomy Bash next turn. Here we've got a mountain into a Boomy Bash, which let's kill the protesters with, get it for another 2. We are on even keel here. Probably the Vindictive Warden next turn. Looking to Sozin's Comet when I have it on the board with the Ty-Lee, so I can pump a lot of mana into things. Nice! There's the Lightning Strike. Expected there to be some sort of removal pretty quick for my my guy there, my good old friend. Wandering Musicians. I think that's fine. They can't block at the moment. Airbender's Reversal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give my Warden Firebending 4. Go to attacks and attack. Got a whole bunch of mana up. Go to blocks. Yep, damage. And go. Just activate it once here. I want to keep the Airbender's Reversal up as a potential option into the Wandering Musicians, I think. Messenger Hawk, okay. Maybe I don't. I think I'm just going to cycle my Canyon Crawler. Well, they don't do anything. So yeah, we're just going to cycle the Canyon Crawler here. They want to destroy the Warden now. They certainly can. I mean, there we go. Just drew another swamp regardless. So we'll go Ty-Lee here. And just pass the turn. They're going to draw a card? Okay, they're drawing a card. do have the option of just here pinging with the Warden as well. Plus Sozin's Comet, and I can sink a whole bunch of damage into the Vindictive Warden. Professor Zay, I think it's okay here. Definitely not feeling too bad about it. I can't do anything with it this turn. Pass to attacks. Cool. We'll go activate the Warden ability. Rubberoo Troop. Swamp. So let's see. Let's just do some calculating. So if I give the Vindictive Warden, so that will be 5, and that will be 15. So I can do that 5 times. And the Tylee probably won't get through. The Vindictive Warden will stop the musicians from blocking. Takes them to 7. I don't think that's enough. I think I will still go Palace onto the Wardens. And I'll still attack with everything. Just because I got the Airbenders reversal up and available. Yeah, I'm going to pay. I'm going to make the Wandering Musicians unable to block. Ooh, okie dokie. Don't like that. Okay, so resolve all. Where's my Vindictive Wardens is gonna die. So we'll go to blocks. See what they want to do. Block the Warden. And block the Tylee. So we're going to do 1 into this here. And then we're going to airbend target creature I control. And then replay him so I can still... They do have Sokka's Haiku mana. Can bring back the octopus form with their Professor Zai, maybe. Go to damage. Yep, after what dies, I replay the Vindictive Warden. If they've got a quench here, that's expertly done by them. Nope. Cool, so next turn I can still look to threaten. The Palace, the Comet, yes, it's going to be 15. They're accumulating wisdom. I think that's a bit of a good sign. Ooh, Lost Days. Cool. We'll put them second top. I think that will be reasonable to do second top. I will take 3 damage here. No? Nothing. Let's play my Rubberoo Troop here. Let's see, they can't flash back something, so I can at least make the Wandering Musicians unable to block. Okay, let's just attack with the Tylee. See, make the Wandering Musicians unable to block. If they've got another octopus form, that would be pretty excellent. What have they got? They're going to block and then just sack to get, what, the Lost Days back? The Lightning Strike back? I feel like both are reasonable options. Or even just to loot. Oh, they do have an octopus form. Surprised they didn't use it just to kill the Tylee, but, okay. Can I play the Vindictive Warden? Only have 14. And I might be out of luck just to a slight degree. Oh, bringing back the Accumulate Wisdom. Interesting. Yeah, let them draw 3, which is kind of nice, I suppose. I'm going to be doing more maths on my turn, I think, because what I've got 6, 7, 8 mana. So I go Vindictive Warden, Sozin's Comet. That doesn't leave enough for the Fire Nation Palace, which means I think I do need to wait a turn to go full-blown into things. I think I just passed the turn here. So if I say Sozin's Cometed, yeah, so next turn I can Sozin's Comet, Fire Palace, attack with everything, and hopefully ping them down enough with the Vindictive Warden that just results in a win. If I draw a land, that would be even better, because the Robbery Troop would be, at this point, essentially unblockable to them. Flexible Waterbender, that's nice. Means I'll have enough mana for a Quench if they end up going in that direction. And their own Vindictive Warden. Okay, so that should hopefully just be good game. Pretty pleased let there be a land on top. It's the first time I've wished for that in quite some time. It's not, but it's a yip. Okay, what am I going to do? We're going to go Sozin's Comet. Then we're going to go Fire Nation Palace. Go to combat. Attack with a whole bunch of things. Make it so the Flexible Waterbender can't block. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go to blocks. Tai Li, who will survive. Two into the Vindictive Warden, who will also survive, and their cadets die. So yip, the Vindictive Warden. Prowess means that the Knowledge Seeker dies. I can choose which of them to get rid of, and I survive. And the Rabbaroo Troop. Get rid of the Warden now. They are on 2, and next turn I can just ping them with both. Feels like that's pretty good turn there. May have just won it for me. One Sheet Tong doesn't help them, I don't think, not with only 2 mana available. I mean, yeah, bomb card, but it's just going to be a good game. Because I can just ping them for 2, even just on my upkeep. And yeah, all of the firebending doing exactly what I wanted it to. Phenomenal. Go to 1 and 1. Very nice spot. Feeling a lot better about that game than I did game number 1. Still haven't seen any of the sort of the excellent fun cards that I've been desperately looking for. But good to know that I've got a pretty nice mana sink win condition going on there. On to Sunny Brown, the Tonberry. Don't really like this hand, if we're being honest. Doesn't really do anything. This one I like a little bit better. I will bottom the Callous Inspector just because it doesn't do anything for me here. Probably look at running out my turn 2. Sozin's Comet will foretell likely on turn 3. Yep, plains my... More land would be phenomenal as well. Oh, you know, land is always phenomenal, always very nice to have. So we'll go, just going to foretell the Sozin's Comet here, which I can't do anything about, and I guess I'll just attack with my... attack, attack, attack. What do they got going on? Feels like they are holding up counter magic, but they could always have a lightning strike as well. Making a decision? Making a decision? Passing through their turn? Running down the timer? Interesting. And it's just going to be one of them, is it? That is a disappointment that it's just going to be one of them. I mean, again, as I'll said in previous times, I'm happy enough, I suppose, to take the free win, but, you know, would... No, here we go. They're just slow playing. Maybe they disconnected. Who knows? Kyoshi Battle Fan here. Oh, Swamp. Gorgeous. That's kind of exactly what I wanted. Let's attack with the Mai. Yeah, throwing something in front. And what? A Yip Yip? Yep. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just give a double strike, which isn't going to do anything, but at least I'm spending mana. That was, yeah, interesting play there, Transphemerate. Really should have just, yeah, played out the Ty Lee. We'll go Ty Lee first, because then I at least will get a prowess trigger next turn when I glide a staff. What do they got? It's going to kill it? Wonderful. Love the, you know, disconnect into a full suite of removal. Always feels pretty nice. what's next? At least it's a land. A good wandering musicians. Let's blow it up with their barrels. Let them do that. Let them do that. Or quench it. Imagining they're just going to blow it up straight away. Yep. Wonderful. At least I'm sort of getting rid of a lot of their removal. They just keep on pinging me for 2. It's not the end of the world. Kyoshi Warriors. I'm just going to boomy bash that. Go boomy bash onto the Warriors. I'm not taking quite as much damage. Ooh, wartime protesters. That is not great. I guess we just deadly precision the wartime protesters. I go to 4. Hope to draw a creature one of these days. Yep. 3. Could end up being 5. Oh, it's just game. Wonderful! Alright, well I'm going to take a little bit of a pause there because I think I'm just getting a little bit too frustrated with playing and would rather not continue running things into the ground. So I will catch you maybe after some food, after a little bit of a break, and we'll see where we go from there. Alrighty, and we're back. Had a nice little bit of a break, had a little bit of food, had a little bit of caffeine, just a good old time back and seeing if we can do better than the 2 wins we currently have at the moment. Certainly ideally looking for something a little bit better. I think this is a keepable hand. Yeah, we've got the farm animals. We don't have a white source, but I think the 1, 2, 3 of Inspector into Mai into Ty Lee seems reasonably powerful here. Hoping that the draws are going to be doing exactly what we want them to. Airbending lesson, not the greatest draw without the planes. However, I think once we get a planes, if we get a planes, looking at no real issues at all, which should be good. Let's see. What do we got going on here? Unlucky cabbage merchant for them. Mountain. Ty Lee. And attack with the Inspector. Leave the My Jaded Edge back as a blocker. Mongoose Lizard doesn't help an awful lot here. A planes would be the best thing, because then I can look at, you know, sort of my getting in for a little bit more damage. The prowess on both of these, I mean, evil ladies, I would say. Alright, so what we could do is we could attack with Ty Lee and some people, but I'm just going to have to pass through the turn here without the land drop and cycle the Mongoose Lizard, I think, end of turn to make sure I have a Wandering Musicians out next turn. Pathic, yep. Makes sense. Let that resolve. Let's see. Pass to attacks. They're going to attack in with anything? They don't, so I'm just going to cycle the lizard instead of upping the my. Alright. Yep, it's not really too great either, but we'll grab the Wandering Musicians out and just pass the turn through again. Keep on going on and just seeing what they can do, but things aren't looking fantastic at this point. Okie doke, a North Pole Patrol. They have all of their colours and more mana to do with it. If I do draw a plains here, we're looking pretty solid because I can look to either Yip Yip or Airbend, plus use the Tylee to prevent a blocker. Misty Palms Oasis is going to have to do here. Got to attack with both the Wandering Musicians and the Mai, but the Mai will still die to a couple of blocks and only take one along with her. So I'll pass the turn. Now that we do have access to the white mana though, I am a little bit more desiring to look at getting everything attacking in. Maybe not the Callous Inspector, because it doesn't really, it just gets blocked. It doesn't really trade with anything. Shared Roots here, making Katara bigger, I would imagine. Yep. Still nice that the Wandering Musicians has a big enough, but that it can withstand quite a bit at this stage, even if they do look to Octopus form the Katara to untap her. Do you have the airbending lesson as well? It sort of really is a little bit of a toss-up whether or not I want to airbending lesson or Yip Yip. They can tap down the Wandering Musicians potentially as well. Would make it a little bit more challenging to get through. Are they going to bend here though instead, just to get an extra counter on Katara and then hold up the Octopus form? Feels like that's a pretty reasonable thing to look at doing. Could even just run out the Rough Rhino Cavalry here, but I think we're in a spot where attacking with everything isn't honestly too bad. We'll go pay a red into Tylee. Make it so the Katara can't block. Unless they Octopus form her now, which would be okay. I think that's okay. No, they make it so she can't block. Alright. Go to blocks here. They are having a good, long, hard think about how they want to do it. Blocking the North Pole Patrol into Mai. Interesting. Tylee. And then the Gurupathic into the Musicians. What I might do is I might Yip Yip the Musicians. No, so we'll go exhaust the Mai. And I think we have to Yip Yip onto the Tylee just in case the Octopus form. And tapping a forest? Interesting. What are they doing here? They got a bigger and better trick. I guess we Yip Yip the Tylee. Can't let it just go straight through to damage because then I'll have too many things that will die. Tylee's are getting pretty big, but they do now have to spend a trick. What's Zuko's Exile? Interesting. What are they exiling here? The Musicians? No, sorry, I'm putting the counter on. Exiling the Mai is pretty nice, but I am having them spend quite a bit of time and energy. Still make a nice trade. Cabbage Merchant, get through for a little bit of damage, but I am taking quite a bit on the swing back. Can run out a Rough Rhino Cavalry or a Farm Animals next turn. Do have the card draw. A demonstration on the Tylee is a little bit rough as well. The Katara is getting very difficult to deal with, although airbending her away could potentially be an option, but they do have the octopus form up and available. Did sort of need to, I think, yeah, make the decision to really go on the aggressive on that turn. They can untap it with the North Pole Patrol. They can save it with the octopus form. We just need to hold the Callous Inspector back as a blocker here now. Vindictive Warden. I don't think so. I think I'm just going to crack the clue. Fire Nation Palace. I mean, it's another land, which is kind of nice. But I don't think it does too much for me, if we're being honest. I think I just have to pass the turn. Wait for them to do things instead. Still, just having the one white source is a bit of a hindrance, makes it much more difficult. Definitely just going to yeah, chump with the Callous Inspector here. Take one, get a clue, draw, end of turn. What are they doing? They've got yeah, all the colours in the world to deal with whatever I might have to throw. Ooh, Airbender's Reversal. That could kind of be nice, because I'll Airbend Lesson, and then if they Octopus form, I just destroy target attacking creature, which I cannot do, because I do not have the mana for it. So I guess we Rough Rhino Cavalry. Or do we Vindictive Warden? I think we run out the Cavalry here. And pass the turn. Extra white source would be great to have both the Airbending Lesson and the Reversal up. Yeah, let them have another card draw. Not that I can do an awful lot about it. Wall top sentries. I do need to get rid of that octopus form here eventually, so I think I do sort of have to just throw the Airbender's Reversal out here. Just to make sure that I can potentially look at, I mean, I'd love it to do it the other way around, but I think getting the 5/5 on board was more important there. Just going to attack with the Katara. Going to attempt to destroy target attacking creature, and they should be octopus forming it. It will just be whether or not they have another octopus form. They're going to bolster the wall top sentries. Attacking into the wall top sentries isn't great either, because the cavalry just dies. Yep, it's fine. And I'll throw the musicians in the way. I'd rather keep the Rough Rhino Cavalry at hand. And I can Airbend Lesson away the Katara next turn. I think has got to be the play. I don't want to wait till their turn where they have access to more mana. So we'll start off with the Airbending Lesson on the Katara. If they can do something about it, then I think this game's probably just lost anyway. They might just Waterbend her for an extra card draw now. It costs 8, and I've only got access to 6. What can they do here? Untap a blue, maybe have something? Or are they just figuring out the best way to waterbend with her? Figuring out the best way to waterbend. Yep, that resolve. Could actually get in with the Rough Rhino Cavalry, but so I've got a Swamp, I've got a Vindictive Warden, and I've got a Fire Sages. So, starting to get some out on the board here. Not having a ginormous Katara on the field does help a little bit, but still not perfect. Because they can replay it, and there's not really much I can do about it. They have lots of mana, lots of cards in hand. And they're spending all of it on the getting rid of the Rough Rhino cavalry, which feels like a reasonable decision. Let's see. What's my out here? Use 2 of my airbending cards, which means Zuko doesn't really help an awful lot. We'll run out these farm animals, and I think it's past the turn. We can look to increase the size of these fire sages pretty considerably. Yeah, let that resolve. To at least provide some sort of little barrels. That's not great. We'll just sack the barrels to probably blow up something. Let's see, 3. I can do it twice, but I think I'd rather make the fire sages a little bit bigger. Not a bad draw on their end though, at all. Let's go past to attacks, see what they want to do. Attacking with everything, alright. Interesting, let's go. Up the fire sages twice. We're going to tap down the fire sages. Yep. Yep, that's fine. And pass to blocks, block the Katara, gain 3, so go to 15. Have a reasonably sized fire sages, which still just gets dealt with by the all-top sentries. But if I boomy bash onto the sentries... Is it a boomy bash onto the sentries or onto the Katara? I think it is onto the sentries here, for being honest. Yeah, get that resolve. So I'm spending 3 to make 4. I think that's going to be better. Because then I can attack in with a pretty big fire sages. Get in for 6. And they sort of do have to keep the ability to tap down the fire sages with the North Pole Patrol as an option now. No, it's going to attack in with everything. No, not attacking with the North Pole Patrol. That makes sense. I take 6, go to 9. Yeah, Saber-Tooth Moose Lion, very scary. I am dead on board and then some. And a Great Divide Guide doesn't really help my cause either. What is the draw or draws that get me the win here? Certainly not it. 4 mana to play with. They're just going to tap down the fire sages here. Yep. Yeah, water bending everything. Tap down. I draw a Fire Lord Zuko, which I cannot play, and that's just going to be a good game. Yeah, pretty average run going on there. Gotta say, could have been a quite a bit nicer in the end, but I think, you know, I think it did reasonably enough, given it was, I think, yeah, pretty shoddy deck, if we're being perfectly honest. Didn't see the Zuko until then. I didn't really see, like, that last Agni Kai. Didn't really see an Arbor at all. Probably just, yeah, a little bit too high curve. Not really doing much of anything in reality. But at least we get to open 8 Avatar The Last Airbender packs here and see if we can hit anything super fun. Quan Chi Tong, Zuko, Zhao, Mechanist, Aang. Yeah, looks pretty solid. First Lightning Strike. No way! I've drafted Lightning Strike before. I'm not sure what they're on about, and a whole bunch of dual lands. Back up to 14% on the vault, and that would be this double draft. 3 colours certainly not going my way on either of these times, but hey, can't ask for things if you don't try them. And that has been Transphemerate MTG, as always, and I'll catch you guys on the rebound. Take care, everyone.